Hey everybody, Dana Stover here with the Magic of Somatic Money. On July 17th, 2024, my spirit team dropped a big, juicy message on me shortly after I had recorded a rambling video message where I had mentioned that I was pendulum checking gateways on the Schumann's resonance. And the way this all came together was just so timely. Now, the message that my spirit team dropped on me was this big, booming message about how the new 5D money timelines are now anchoring here on Earth. And within that hour, just a little bit before it, I had recorded that video where I had mentioned that, wow, people, I'm using my pendulum now to see if I could predict what's going on with the Schumann's resonance. It was all just kind of random, like I'll try this thing. Well, things that are random that begin to come together, maybe they're not so random after all. And after a bit of a whirlwind of the message the spirit team gave to me, pendulum checking the Schumann's resonance to see if I could locate it coming into play, and then beginning to find out that my pendulum and working with spirit team is pretty accurate about that. One step came after another, and it began to dawn on me, oh my goodness, maybe it was spirit team who nudged me to begin to pendulum check for the waves of the Schumann's resonance that is Earth's resonance, and that coming in, and that idea and working with that idea coming in at the same time that they told me about the new 5D money timelines on the planet. Well, since that happened, I have been in a whirlwind of all of this information coming together about the new 5D money timelines, about being able to pendulum check in a predictive manner of when those waves are coming through Earth. And on top of that, potentially be able to channel some of the information that is in those waves, especially as they pertain to partnership agreement and exchange with money, to be able to deliver that information to you. So what I wanted to do in this video, before I fully launch into pendulum checking for the Schumann's resonance, channeling with spirit team and Earth, and taking a look at the 5D money timelines and communicating what information is coming through on that, it really occurred to me that I wanted to find out what is the Schumann's resonance. Now, we've all heard that it is potentially the Earth's heartbeat. I've also heard that it has to do with cosmic waves coming through from other parts of the universe and Earth being affected by that. I've also heard that it's Earth responding to the changes that we're all going through. And so I wanted to sit down personally and talk with my spirit team and also potentially Earth herself and begin to find out a little bit better, what is this Schumann's resonance tracking? What is the energy about? And why is it so important to us? Because this will give me a foundation to better communicate the information that is coming through to be able to deliver it to you. And so this morning I had a private pendulum checking and channeling session with my spirit team to find out what information I could through a Q&A and some channeled information. And I have never done this. I've never opened up my inner journals to a public audience. And that is exactly what I'm going to do here. I am going to walk all of us through the questions that I asked, the responses that came through, and share that with you so that we have a better understanding of what's going on here. So we're going to start with this right here. Today's July 22nd, 2024. This is my channeling session with Star Nation family. And I should probably clarify that I predominantly work with the Ascended Masters, the Akashic Hall Records, archangels, and angels really connected into the halls of God, and also Star Nation family, which is the Galactic Federation of Light, those spirit teams, as well as the sisterhood and the brotherhood of the white light. So it was predominantly the Star Nation family that came through that were talking to me about this. And so when I began, I put down on my notepad here, asking about the Earth and Schumann's resonance. What are we talking about here? Is it Earth's heartbeat? Is it a resonance? is it some sort of pulse? And the word that came up was wave. And the pendulum really struck on waves. So the feeling as I was getting into the energies is when the Schumann's resonance spikes with energy, that is a wave of energy coming through from the earth. So that's where we began. And then I was told, this is the channel right here, that wave emits from inside the earth. It's her, and it is her authentic essence. So that would fit with a heartbeat, but they're saying, no, it's more the energy, the vibrational energy, it is her authentic essence. Then as I moved along, this energy that flows through that's picked up on Schumann's resonance, is it affected by the cosmic waves, higher vibes? Is it us and our heart chakras? Is it the astrology? Or is it something else? And the two really strong hits that came through was cosmic waves and something else. And yes, our heart chakras definitely, and the changes we're going through definitely affects inner earth. And then the channel that came through that was said to me is, she's here also as a conduit, a galactic conduit, and Earth is a great galactic communicator. Now, in all the spiritual information that I've heard, I've never really heard about Earth communicating out. And so that was a really interesting piece of information for me. So let's keep going here. Okay, so what you need to understand is that as I was getting through through into the base of that page and coming into this page, I was beginning to vibrate in higher frequencies. And even though there's not much written on the page, there was a mass amount of information flowing through. And this next one is, I was in a Q&A, but it was kind of going back and forth. And so this one doesn't make too much sense unless you kind of step back and look at it. So it looks like I was asking, is the Schumann's resonance of Earth, is this her wave or wave pattern? And the communication that came back, it said something about Earth's wave pattern is communicating out of the ionosphere to other galaxies, and something about communicating out ionospheric signs. So, and this comes up a couple of times. That word ionosphere comes up a couple of times, and then there was something being said about we here on Earth being a galactic communication point or a conduit, and that's when it was confirmed to me that Earth and us here as a galactic communication point or conduit, yes, we are that, and a very special one at that. Take a look at this. You and your planet are directional, ionospheric splendivores. It was basically Spirit Team's way of saying how we are experiencing waves of energy here and how that energy vibrates out through our ionosphere is splendid, is amazing. And what we do here radiates, they basically said to me, what we do here radiates light years, light times, with a prism effect, prismatic. It's galactic magic with our consciousness. So basically, we're creating prismatic galactic magic with our consciousness in trust, hope, faith, love, action, light, consciousness, evolution, all those types of things. And then they confirmed to me, and they basically said, we are doing radical evolution right now. Okay, by the time I finished with this page right here, I was vibrating at a pretty high frequency. It was like I could feel the Spirit Team coming and going. There was a lot of information coming and going. I know it's just a few words on the page, but there was so much meaning coming through those words, and hopefully you can pick those up. So then we continued on. Then they wanted us to know, this is a channel, what you do on Earth has far-reaching ramifications. You are a soul school and a quantum multiplier that is epic and is at a huge turning point of epically lived humanitarian quantum, and I think that word right there is legacy. I was kind of writing furiously. And at this point, Spirit World really wanted us to know everyone counts. I know this word, this word right here, that word right there is counts. They were really driving home the point that every single person on the planet, everything that everybody does, every little action is noticed and it counts. And what they wanted is that everybody to know is that what everyone does is heard, felt, and understood by the greater cosmos. And I thought that was just a really heartening message, because how many of us walk through life feeling so unseen or so unheard or so misunderstood or not understood? And look what they're saying here. What everyone does is heard, it's felt. I didn't write seen, but I bet also seen. Heard, felt, and seen. And it is understood by the greater cosmos. That's a huge message of faith right there. And what they wanted us to know is your lived experience is logged for many, many future lifetimes, and you are loved. You are deeply, deeply loved through this experience that you are walking. So these messages here, everyone counts. What you're experiencing is heard, seen, felt, and understood by the greater cosmos, and you are loved in this experience that you are having on this planet Earth at this time. Oh my God, that's so important. And they're coming in here, they're saying consciousness counts. Consciousness counts. And what they meant by that is that in every blade of grass, in every soul breath, consciousness counts. Like every raindrop, every piece of pollen connected by a bee, every breath you take, like every infinitesimal piece of living, it totally counts. So as you can imagine, by this point, I'm getting a little bit teary. I'm getting a little bit weepy, because Spirit Team was coming in with so much love and faith and confirmation, and it was just so very important. So very important. So let's go on to the next page here. So then I asked, are there other planets and other galaxies doing this? And Spirit Team came back, Star Nation family came back, and they said yes, but not quite like Earth. And then they went on to say something about what we're doing here is it's like very, 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 very 1,000 times special. Now, we've been told this from other channels, and I think it's worth repeating. I think it's worth, bearing repeating here. In our daily life, sometimes we're slogging along, but evidently what we are doing here on this planet in our daily actions of living is just one of the most precious, most special things that can be experienced here. They wanted us to know there is no losing on Earth, only very special experiencing and gain through cosmic experience of consciousness, kissing with body with sentience. So basically what they're saying here is, we are witnessing you experiencing and how precious that is. And no matter what, there is no way you can lose. Even when you're losing, you are winning, because you are experiencing consciousness that is kissing through your body with powerful sentience and transcendence coming through that sentience. That right there, folks, that's the gift. That's the gift. Okay, so then we're getting back to Schumann's. I'm kind of dialing it in with them. Sorry. So is earthly Schumann's sending out a type of cosmic communication talking about our collective earth, human, plant, animal, evolutionary experience and progress? ? And when I ask this question, so I'm kind of like channeling like they're giving me the question, but I'm also in my human body, like we're kind of coming up with it together. And when I land in that question, it was like a thunderbolt going through me. They were like, yes, this is a huge yes. So let's keep going. So it's all of our interconnected, higher level, quote unquote, talking, the network of her, the earth, humans, plants, animals, light fields, and she, earth, is emitting her own form of collective talk with this. It's like sonic whale waves. Like at that point, I'm realizing, oh my God, she's like channeling, Earth is channeling all this through her, transforming this through her, and then she's emitting it as her expression, her creative expression, kind of like when whales send out their sonic sounds, and then we're immersed in that sonic sound that we're all creating together. I mean, that's just mind-blowing. And so they say yes, and I wrote this. At this point, I have tears streaming down my face because it's so powerfully beautiful. And let's take a look at what this is. Something that as I was putting this together, this kind of came in after the fact. You'll see I said there a little later. The Schumanns is the light energy signature to a very complex, beautiful, dynamic thing that is happening. It's like what a thumbprint is to the human body. So the Schumanns seems to be Earth's expressive thumbprint of her sonic expressions that she is sending out. And then this right here, so then I'm asking, are we interacting with Earth, her beings, the cosmos, etc., interacting, creating vortexes, timelines, gateways, jumps, etc.? And this is what they came back with. Spirit team said, somewhat. You're interacting with those quote unquote causal tides and soul cosmic talking about it, consciously co-creating. They said it's a very elaborate, detailed, beautiful 5D prismatic experience. Your consciousness, your conscious evolution is akin to sending multidimensional rainbows out into the cosmos, like galactic, fractal, sacred geometry, tides, cosmic light webs. This is beyond, what we truly can comprehend as human beings. So, okay. And that's the end of this channel. But then I come back, so to tie it in with the money, because this is also, how are we bringing together all of this with the 3D to 5D money timelines and money. So, and this is what I want to share with you about my work at Somatic Money, and that the last couple of years, especially as I've come on video, I've been talking intermittently about this shift out of 3D money into 5D money. And what's crazy is coming into this channel, these channels and the gateways, I've had notes all over the place about this shift from 3D to 5D money. And so what I want you to know is that how I see 5D money, and as I experience it and share it with clients, 5D money is about the higher vibrational evolutionary experience of money with partnership, agreement, and exchange. Because we really get better money results when we improve the soft-sided aspects of money, which is partnership, agreement, and exchange. And so this ties in with money is verbal and nonverbal communications and expressions between ourselves, higher power, and one another about exchange, partnership, and agreement experiences along those 3D to 5D money timelines. And the 3D to 5D money timelines is about evolving that conversation from structured 3D survivalism to thriving 5D evolution. And, how? And basically, and this is what I preach at Somatic Money, it really comes down to what is your presence, your higher vibrational presence going on at the money transaction point, and what is your conscious awareness that you're having at that place. So that was the channel that I wanted to share with you. Be sure to like, comment, and follow. Let me know what you think about this. I would love to hear from you. And be sure to begin to tune in with some of the other work that I've got going on here with both the Somatic Money Oracle deck, the community reads, as well as the Schumann's resonance information that I will have coming up.